Hi guys, my name is Opi. I'm a prop trader from HashEdge, and I'm here to give you technical analysis and market analysis of the cryptocurrency market. And we look at Bitcoin specifically on the HashEdge platform, and we just jump right straight into the chart. Looking at Bitcoin on the daily time frame, you see we are range bound movement between 95,000 and 88,000. So nothing really jumps up to us and nothing really interesting at this moment because we are just moving sideways and we seem to be consolidating for a move for a move to the upside or to a downside. That is yet to be seen, but all that we do in trading is we anticipate what it's going to do, and everything is based on probabilities. So we have to assess our risk levels to know which is more probable, either to the upside or to the downside. We have drawn support at 88 levels. We have our support there, which we still maintain. So a breakdown of this support we'll be looking about for a further support at 80,000 levels. And all this, when we break down, we can take a trade at all these levels that we have drawn. If we take a trade, if Bitcoin takes the price action, moves to the upside, we also are maintaining another support that I just look with my eyes right now at 102, $101,000 levels for Bitcoin, which will be taking profits at the top. That's if we go, because looking at the RSI, we seem to be moving sideways. So nothing really jumps up to us from the Bitcoin chart, but something to monitor and something to keep us on the edge of our seats and just watch. We sit on our hands, but a lot of patience is done in trading to anticipate further moves so that we take advantage when the opportunity comes up. Looking at SUI right now, SUI kind of also has the same kind of chart, similar chart structure as Bitcoin, moving sideways. Is maintaining the trend, the range we have drawn, also sideways movement right now. So it is maintaining around $3.5 levels. We'll look for a breakdown of this to about the $3.3 levels, and we have another further support at $2.9 levels. If we go to these levels, we'll be looking to long it if it confirms this support. If it breaks down this support, we'll be looking for a further support at $2.4 levels, because we look at the RSI, seems to be pointing downwards. So, but looking at it downwards, I will be anticipating a further move to the downside rather than a pickup immediately to the upside immediately. So in near term, I'm structurally bullish. I am long term bullish. However, in the short term, I am short term bearish. So bearish within this week, I don't know the case. Within days, I don't also know. But as a trader, I look at the chart and I see right now we look bearish to the immediate downside. So we might be coming down to test this support of $3.3 or $2.9, and that is yet to be seen. But we are here monitoring the market so that we can take opportunities of a short to the downside. Looking at the XRP chart, also I've drawn a channel here, looking at a bullish structure. So we also notice that on the RSI, XRP looks to be pointing downwards. So we'll be looking for a further support and continuation of this trend structure, which is bullish in nature, to $2.1 levels. Once we confirm this support, we are looking for a violent move to the upside of about maybe $2.5 and a further upside to $2.8. So this is what we're looking at on the chart, and everything looks of interest to us. Right now, we take a look at the fear and greed index. We are on 60, and we seem to have gone into more greed territory rather than yesterday, where we were more neutral. Of course, we were more neutral yesterday because there was so much red in the market, compared to today, where we have a lot of green in the market. You see XMR, which is Monero, a privacy-focused token, has been on the dump from yesterday. Pengu also, Pengu's team, I believe they are here in Dubai for the token 2049, and they have a lot of bullish narratives coming out and news coming out on Pengu. Virtual seems to be jumping very, very high at 20% on the daily increase, and we can see, just looking at the whole market as a whole, the whole altcoin space as a whole, what really immediately jumps out to us: AI tokens and meme coins. So I believe these two categories are going to be good runners in this bull run that we have started, and the continuation of this bull run. We go also into what Bob Lucas has said, and he's looking at the weekly chart of Bitcoin, and he's confirming that we still remain in a bull market and there is much more upside. Of course, he has drawn levels at $99,000 and $112,000 levels, and this is what we anticipate. We have confirmed that we are in a bullish structure and we are going upwards. I just want to say we are right here. You are not too late. We are in the right market at the right time, and there's a lot of trade, there's a lot of money to be made at this time, because this market as a whole, what we notice and what we can see and the evidence that has been shown to us is that this is an institutional market right now. This is an institutional based asset and market, and not only institutions, governments are also involved in this. So you can see everywhere there's a lot of bullish narratives, but even the price is not following the kind of narratives that we have and the kind of sentiments that we have ongoing for Bitcoin and the crypto market as a whole. So we are lagging. The charts are actually lagging. So by the time the charts meet up with the amount of news, the amount of sentiment and catalyst narratives that is out there, the price will skyrocket. So we want to be positioned because there's a trade to be there, a crazy trade for us to be able to take and to make a lot of millions from this. Let's just listen to the Commerce Secretary of USA, Howard Lutnick, speaking on Bitcoin.
Something you've never seen the United States of America embrace something and then they're turn their back on it later. That's never happened.
Yeah.
So now you've turned that page. You're in the positive world of America. And I think what's going to happen is Bitcoin will become more and more part of the just ordinary talking. People can hold it as assets. They'll trade it like a stock. There's no difference from it maybe, but it's not really a stock. It's more a commodity. You know, I believe like the way you talk about it is, what is Bitcoin like? It's like gold. To me, it's a commodity. Why? There's only so much of it, right? And it's like gold. Now, gold trades anywhere. No one stops me from buying this ring when I went to buy the ring of gold, right? So gold trades everywhere. Exchanges, okay. If you want to be an exchange, you can be an exchange. But if you want to buy and sell gold, you can buy and sell gold.
Right.
So I think you should be able to buy and sell Bitcoin. It's a commodity. It should be treated like a commodity. It should be treated like oil. It should be treated like gold. It's intellectually correct. I know people have all sorts of things to say about it, but in the end, it's not a currency. It's a commodity. And once you embrace the concept of a commodity, you'll see how beautiful that is and how that fits into almost every thoughtful box, right? No one stops someone from selling oil from one person to another. No one should stop someone from selling Bitcoin from one person to another, using Bitcoin, however they want to do it. You want to put it on an exchange? Fine, call it a commodity exchange. But let's understand that Bitcoin, if it's treated like a commodity, is the freedom that we all who are watching this podcast, we all look for.
Understood.
Wow, this is so bullish. And I will just go ahead exactly with how he ended what he said. If Bitcoin is treated like a commodity, it will give us the freedom we all want and we all look for. What else is to say? There's nothing to add to that comment. It's just listen to the alpha take over and over again, and it just speaks volumes to why we are here in this space, why we want to the freedom. We get financial freedom, and that freedom grants you any wealth to help your family, to help your friends, and to be the best version of yourself. You know, so this is what we are seeing. You can see Commerce Secretary is speaking from on his seat as his capacity as being the Commerce Secretary in the biggest nation in the world and the richest and the most, the one with the most, the one at the top of the hegemon. This is what they are saying. However, and we know that other governments follow governments. What American government does always causes a ripple effect, and you see other governments do that. And that is what we are seeing. And it speaks to what I said earlier, which is that this is an institutional dominated bull cycle, and that Bitcoin is now regarded as nothing more, no more like the is for scams and is for like people rebellion kind of thing. It is now becoming a silent sovereign wealth reserve for corporations, advisors, and nation states. And this is incredibly bullish for us. You can see, speaking of this, of governments, Arizona just passed the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve, SB 10225, yesterday. This is incredibly bullish. And if you are if you are still stuck in fiat currency, what are you doing? You should be here in this space, taking advantages of this, taking trades, and joining this movement to a new system, to a new financial system, which is going to be powered by Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Looking at it again, another bullish narrative from Brazil. The largest bank in Brazil is investing 210 million in Bitcoin and is holding Bitcoin as a strategic reserve. Now we've mentioned government, Arizona. We've mentioned largest bank in Brazil. We know about MicroStrategy. Jack Muller has just launched 21 Capital in the States, and we see other people following this same narrative. Other companies, other institutions, other governments are going to be following this. So imagine they are rushing through the door. This is just going to skyrocket the price of Bitcoin. And there's a lot of trade and a lot of money for traders like you and me to make in this violent move. Looking at it and moving forward, you see another institution, Mastercard, has just announced end-to-end capabilities to support stablecoins. Stablecoins is the backbone of cryptocurrencies. Stablecoins like USDT, USDC, and all the others. These are going to be now supported by Mastercard. Directly in your card, when you go out, you can spend USDT. This is just an on-front, and this is just an entry point for a lot of retail users, a lot of customers into the cryptocurrency space. If you are not bullish, I don't know what you are doing at this market. Look at it again, more institutions. Coinbase is launching institutional fund offering yield on Bitcoin. Now they are joining Michael Saylor and also becoming like that. There's so much bullish narrative going for Bitcoin. In fact, Bitcoin is undervalued at this current moment. So for it to catch up to this appropriate value, that is the trade for us to make. We continue with more bullish narrative. And you see a quantitative trading firm in Singapore is predicting Bitcoin will reach 210,000 this year.
Outlook. So Bitcoin target price remains 210,000 and driven by institutional adoption and the global liquidity expansion. For ETH, our target price was based on ETH to BTC, the BTC to ETH ratio, which was 0.05. We still maintain that as well, reflecting the community's efforts to address value leakage problem. I mean, granted, not everything turned out the way we expected so far this year, especially the macro outlook and the market reaction to it. But I think in hindsight, I think it was actually a healthy correction, which have paved the way for the further re-rating of the Bitcoin as a mainstream asset.
I think our mission so far this month has been trying to figure out, was there anything broken in the market? Let it be confidence or some kind of global order, and how these...
So anyways, we've listened to the prediction, which is 210,000 into 2025. We see further prediction from Standard Chartered Bank saying that their year-end target for Bitcoin is $200,000. Again, you see CNBC reporting that they have the 210,000 target for Bitcoin due to its digital gold status, and this is Presto Strong, another big institutional fund. So all these institutions are positioning for this. There's a trade for us to make. And looking at the altcoins, like I mentioned in looking at the altcoin overall market and pointing at AI and meme coins, you can see that everybody's anticipating an alt season to run. And alt season is when a lot of money is being made, because there's a lot of volatility on altcoins rather than Bitcoins and the large cap layer ones, and like SUI, like Solana, like XRP, Ethereum. All those are becoming much more stable because of their of their large investments and a lot of players already involved in those systems. But altcoin is still very, very relatively early. So we can capture gains on altcoins. And you can see, pointing to this chart, we are about to confirm this trend line. And once we confirm this trend line, onwards we go. Looking at it, while we talk about institutions getting in and this being an institution driven bull market and cycle, and governments, what is happening to retail? Where is retail? That's why I'm doing videos like this, to capture the attention of a lot of retailers, to capture the attention of people that look like me, people from the ground up, people from countries that don't have opportunities, to see the opportunity that lies within Bitcoin, to see the opportunity that lies in trading, to be able to get yourself free and to achieve financial freedom and wealth from this new asset and from this innovative ecosystem that we are seeing ourselves. And what is happening in the retail, looking at Google Trends online, you can see that retail interest is actually going down. Retail is actually, like Davis says, retail is sleeping while institutions are slacking. Many people are unaware and not capturing what is right here in front of us. And it is just why we are here every day doing videos like this, putting the word out, making people bullish, letting them see the opportunity that exists in here, opportunities that exist to trade on platforms like HashEdge and to take advantage of this to become free, financially free. Looking at new data showing China's top AI model, DeepSeek R1, has nearly closed the gap with the US in chatbot performance. So TFCT is saying the AI race is tightening fast. The reason why I brought this to highlight this is just to show there's an ongoing AI race. This AI race comes back to our earlier point when we mentioned that AI and meme coins are going to be one of the heavy runners in this bull cycle. AI more specifically. So in future videos, I'll be mentioning more AI tokens and more more opportunities that we can take from AI trades. There will be lots of that for us to take advantage and to become free, financially free. We just go back and conclude this video looking at the Bitcoin charts, and you can see we still remain in this choppy range, but choppy range doesn't indicate to us that there's nothing to do. We should fold our hands and leave this market. No, this is telling us Bitcoin is slowly taking its time for a violent move, either to the upside or to the downside. That's why we as traders, we are here to take advantage of these opportunities and of the probabilities that the chart is telling us. And this is where we become millionaires, from zero to Ferrari. I'll see you in the next video tomorrow. Bye.